Alright, welcome back. Today we're continuing Map Center's Retro Jam #1. Last time we had cleared, I think, this area, the West Garden, and then we had done about half of the North Graveyard. Where we leave off? Let's see. So we played the sock map, so I think that's where we left off. So we got 3 maps over here, and then we got a whole other area to play through. So, I mean, yeah, so far, I don't know, so far this jam has been okay. I think there's a lot of new mappers who are participating in this jam. So there are definitely some maps that are like a little, you know, like you can kind of tell like somebody who's very new to mapping was participating. I mean, there are some maps that are just like nonsensical. There's just like things all over the place. There's been a couple of really good standout maps though. I want to highlight those really fast. One of them was Castle Contraption. Was really solid, and ooh man, what was the other one? Keep a Bridge was, I believe, the other one by Thunder Goose. Those 2 maps have so far been the standout ones. The sock map was also pretty decent. A Wizard's Closet, nothing too crazy. Sock also made the nothing too crazy, but decent. Sock also made the start map here, which looks really nice. Anyways, let's get going. So right away, we're fighting 2 ogres with a boomstick. That's not very fun. There's a shotgun, super shotgun there. Nothing really interesting about that fight. I don't know. There's also a thing here. See if we get into it though. I don't know, there's like water here, but I don't know if that's just for decoration or what. I figured maybe I could go down here, but I don't know. This also kind of strikes me as a map made by somebody who's relatively new to mapping. I appreciate that the scale is appropriate, and visually this map doesn't look terrible. This map looks pretty decent. I think these breaks in the wall are interesting. I always like when there's like the wall is crumbling, and there's like, you know, I think it adds a lot of depth. Any kind of like cool brushwork I'm always a big fan of. The problem I have with this though is that is this copy pasted? No, these are all unique. The texture they used for behind the wall is a little bit weird, I guess. Other thing is like this isn't a brick wall. This texture is very much like, I don't know what this is, just some kind of like stone. But it kind of looks like it's bricks here, if that makes any sense. So it looks a little odd. It looks like this kind of cut out in the wall was meant for a different texture. I don't know, a bit of a nitpick, but it seems a little weird. I see what they were trying to go for. I just don't think they did it in the best way. I also don't think they've really thought out their combat encounters too much, because we've had essentially, that's the second time they've used the 2 ogre fight. How many enemies are 28? Yeah. I don't even know where the silver key door is. Oh, here. Alright, this is pretty cool. I actually like this fight. Having all the knights jump down like that, it's pretty neat. The only thing I would have maybe changed about that is that the knights jump down before I grab the super nail gun. I think a much better way to execute a little encounter like that is have the trigger be right here. So as soon as I go here and grab the super nail gun, a bunch of knights just start jumping down at you, like it's like they're ambushing you. But instead, it kind of triggered when I was here, so it's like they're jumping down. But it's like if I really wanted to, I could have backed up into this hallway here. I also think the ogre needed to be maybe a little. Maybe have like an ogre up top too. Maybe we would have just put him up top, have him shoot nades down. That would have caused a lot of chaos. Not a bad encounter though, but definitely room for a little bit of improvement there. Just kind of tightening that up. That's solid. Anything in these cubbies? Nope. I think this window should probably be like recessed into the wall. It's a little weird that it's kind of sticking out like that, I guess. Or maybe there should have been like a secret back there. I don't know. It just seemed really obvious to like jump onto it. In case there was like a feed or something down there. That's not what I was expecting. That's it. That was an okay map. It definitely seems like that was made by a newish mapper. Not terrible. I think they have a pretty good grasp on scale and how to kind of like what sort of route the player's going to take, how to like route a map out, right? Like the actual level layout of like, okay, the player's going to go here, they're going to encounter enemies, and they're going to go back this way, get the gold key, then come back through here. I think the actual routing was really solid. I think the combat encounters were a little bit lacking, but that's just something that kind of comes with experience. That wasn't too bad though, and that was Palace of Decay by Colossus. That was decent. That. Red armor right off the bat, alright. The enemy's only 30 in this map. It's a fun little fight. There's the button. There's something weird going on with the lighting on this map. Like some areas are just a little too dark, I feel. For what it's worth, I do play this game with the, I play it with like higher brightness. I have the gamma turned up a little bit. So I can only imagine on default gamma, this map would be some areas in this map would be very dark. I don't really know what the point of this hallway is here. Oh, what the hell? This is a really okay. I don't like this encounter up here. This is really awkward. I guess there's a quad there. Grab that. Okay, the encounters are kind of going off the rails here just a little bit. I mean, I understand it's a shorter map, so you don't have all the time to a bunch of time to really ramp up the difficulties a little bit slower than you would on most maps, but I don't know that okay, let's go back for a sec. I want to comment on a couple things. So I like how this map kind of loops back on itself. I think that's really cool. How you kind of earlier you kind of see where you have to go, and then you kind of activate the bridge and you come back through. I like that. This initial encounter here with the Fiend was really good, like a Fiend in a Knight. And, you know, with these barriers that kind of came up, I think this is a fun area. You can kind of bait the Fiend out here, and then you can kind of come back in here. That's really cool. So anything else in these? This encounter was really awkward. So originally this was up, and these gates were up. And I come back here, and I have two ways, left or right. So I decided to come this way. I kill the zombies. I press this button. I'm like, well, what's the point of this hallway? And then a Shambler comes out. And I don't really understand, like, this Shambler encounter is really awkward because it's like, I mean, I guess, do I want to dance around this little area here? Or, you know, my first instinct was to kind of just fall back here. I just think it's really awkward to just have a Shambler fight here. This hallway in general, too, doesn't make a lot of sense. There's no, like, necessary items down here. It's just, like, a dead end, and then you push the button, and it lowers the bars, and it lowers this, revealing the Shambler. I mean, I guess, well, I guess did it lower these bars too? Okay, it lowered those bars too, so it wasn't necessary. I think a different enemy here would have probably played a little bit better than the Shambler, especially at this point in the level, because you really only have, I think I had like a grenade launcher, the nail gun, and the shotgun. So I don't know, a little early for a Shambler, I feel like. And then in here, there's like a Vor sitting in the corner, which I didn't really care for. This room is, I mean, I guess there's stuff to dodge behind, but this room kind of feels a little small for that. And this last fight was fine. That was okay. I liked the layout of the level. I just didn't like how it executed some of the combat encounters there. Nice visuals though. I like the kind of the castle or whatever, the keep there. I just felt like after that first fight, it just kind of fell apart in terms of like the combat encounter design. That was Drawbridge of the Dam by Iago. Ooh, look at this colored lighting here. Look at this, very orange, and like purple. How many enemies? 52. All right, this was a little bit longer. Let's take this route here. Grab that. Grab you. I hear something moving around. This map is very colorful. I kind of like it. Some cool lighting effects here. Like I like the blue lights in this area. Lighting is really important and often overlooked, I feel. Like you could do a lot of really interesting things with a little bit of colored lighting. You know, you can really change like the atmosphere, how something feels. Alright, so that just took us all the way around. Quad there. Button somewhere for that quad. I don't know where though. Oh, right here. There we go. That's cool. I like that. Okay, so this is where we started. Move quick. We're burning the quad. I like the scale here. The scale feels really appropriate, but this like castle feels like very grand. Like it doesn't feel like None of the areas so far in this map have felt like overly large. You know, I always talk about like Quake is primarily like a close to mid-range combat sort of game, so you don't ever want to put the player in like a big empty field. This map has managed to feel like very large just by being kind of very vertical. Like I like this castle here is very cool. Take that. Oh, that's locked. That guy out of here. Get rid of you. Rocket launcher. Take that. Hop on a little elevator here. I actually really like this map so far. Tank that, don't care. These floating blocks are a little bit weird though. Not really a complaint, but they just kind of stand out. They look a little strange. I think that's it. A few monsters left, but I'm not gonna go hunting for them. That was a fun map. I feel like that mapper really understands scale. Some cool little fights. Some nice secrets. Again, I really like the castle. They're like good use of verticality, making that area like feel very large, but at the same time it's scaled appropriately for Quake. None of the areas felt like super open or like overly opened. I will say there was no like standout set piece moments in that map probably. In terms of like, there was nothing that was like, oh wow, this is crazy, but it was just like a really solid level overall, you know. I like the color lighting. The color lighting in particular looks really nice. It really makes the level kind of pop compared to some of the other maps. And that was, oh man, I don't know if I can pronounce that. That's Thaumaturgist Domain by Nicolicious. There you go. Alright, and that's all the north maps. Let's go to the east fountain here. Not much of a fountain, just kind of a well. A little pond or something. Alright, we have a box floating in the void. Yeah, you can kind of tell like the quality variance between this and the last map. This is definitely a, I think a newer mapper here. Get rid of you. Oh yeah, this is a newer mapper. That Z clipping. Trying to get him to shoot his little projectiles and start infighting with the knights, but whatever. Alright, well that was clever, look at that. I was kind of just waiting there. Oh, Fiend's gonna win this for sure, right? Fiend's just too strong, you know? Oh my god, this is just a big box. Oh lord. I mean, this is literally just like a big box that they hollowed out. Oh man, this looks terrible. This is real bad. There's like Minecraft blocks down here. What the hell is this? It's just like, it's like a test area. Like you're testing out textures or something. Oh my god. Yeah, this is definitely somebody like brand new to mapping. Where you go? There you are. Grab some armor. Rid of that board. Oh, hello. I appreciate how everything in this area is just like, you know what? Hold on. I'll be nice. I'll give them some credit. They at least use a different texture for the floor and the walls, and the ceiling. There are 3 different textures at play here, so credit to them. You know, credit to this mapper for using 3 different textures in that room. Because there have been maps that I've played that use the same texture for the floor and the wall in this pack. Yeah, that was, I mean, that's just like a new mapper's map. I guess like the generic new mapper advice I try to give is like, just scale everything back. It's better to make a smaller level that's just like really scaled down than like a bigger like map. Really focus on like small individual rooms and like how the player takes fights in those rooms and whatnot, you know. It's better to have a map that has like 4 like really good rooms with some like interesting little fights and stuff and like a little bit more detail than to have like 5 like really giant rooms that are just like empty and like have no detail in them, you know. That was Beneath by Fix. Oh, I do not like this water texture at all. Do not use like oranges for water. Same with like toxic. Like don't use like bright green either. It just looks like acid. Any sort of like saturated greens or like red and stuff. Yeah, this is no bueno. Water should be like either clear or like maybe murky brown. This is an okay room though. I kind of like the wavy bits here. It looks nice. Yeah, what is going on with the textures here? I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand why they chose to use such a like a rancid water texture. That's just, I guess, what I don't get. Kind of a neat idea having I think zombies and fours are like an interesting combo when you don't have the grenade launcher. Maybe a better idea there would have been to have the zombies have it so you had to kill all the zombies with the fours, maybe? Or something like that? I don't know. This. Quick save. Map's a little nonsensical, that's for sure. What is this? It just lifts you up? I don't really understand the... I guess guess the idea is like you're supposed to ride this lift up, I guess. You could also just take the water passage. I don't really understand the point of that. Out of here. I heard a door open somewhere. Like a secret door. Be in the water? Nope. Yeah, I'm not sure where that opened up. I kind of also just don't care. Just move on. Okay. I take this. Oh wait, what does this do? 3 more to go. Okay. Okay, so I have to hit these. Can I do this? Okay. So we'll call this back down. This is a really weird map. I don't really know what they're trying to do here. It's like just very nonsensical. I do like some of the brushwork though. Like some of the brushwork is very cool. Like I like these arches that kind of come up and like lead into this thing. I think that's pretty neat. These guys come from. Little hovel up there with some shotgun shells. Yeah, it's just a bizarre map. That's how I feel about a lot of these maps in this pack, if I'm being like brutally honest. I feel like a lot of these maps are just like some people have like never played Quake before. And it sounds mean, but it's just like some of them just like have some really weird layouts. Like you can use like the original like episodes as like examples and kind of make things based off of that, and it would be like pretty decent. Am I just stuck in here? Just dead ends? I have to no-clip my way out? Well, that's kind of fucked. That's a bit of a problem if you have like if you have an area where the player can just kind of get soft locked. I don't really know what to say about that one. That was just like it had some like interesting brushwork, but it was just bizarre. Like I don't know what they were going for. It's like the earlier, again, I think zombies and Vors are interesting. I think are interesting enemy combinations because Vors are like, I guess ogres can kill zombies too, but you can kind of lead the Vor projectiles into zombies. So that might have been like an interesting route to go, like having a bunch of zombies that you have to kite Vor projectiles into. But they didn't really do anything with that. I kind of just got the key and walked out of that area. I didn't even kill any of the Vors. I don't know. It was just a bizarre map. Like I said, it feels like this particular mapper has like never played Quake before. That was Inauspicious Corral by Chucky. I don't even know how to pronounce that second name, but there you go. Oh, okay. This is a really big area. So I remember earlier when I was talking about scale and like how Quake is supposed to be like kind of a close to like mid-range game. This is like the opposite of what you want to do. This is like way too ginormous. You could like land a like helicopter in this map. Like, you can drive a bus. Like, this is like a highway. I'm like bunny hopping down an interstate right now. Look at this. This is ridiculous. There's 36 enemies in this map. This is way too large. This all just needs to be scaled back. There is no reason for this map to be this large. I'm getting like Wrath and Arum flashbacks here, just like enemies that are like 17 miles away. Alright. Maybe it'll get better once we get into the actual level here. Super shotgun would be really nice right about now. So this is another thing is like if you're gonna give the player the nail gun as their like primary workhorse weapon, you need to supply them with enough ammo to like make that work. You can't just be like, I don't know, here's 2 boxes of nails and a nail gun. It's like, no, that you chew through those nails pretty fast. Quake has very squishy or very bullet spongy enemies. They take a lot of hits, especially if you just have the boomstick. Boomstick is not fun. Boomstick is like the opposite of fun. Using the boomstick is like using the pistol in Doom. That's how I would best describe it. Okay, doesn't really go anywhere. I like these hallways. These hallways are pretty cool. They're like kind of triangular hallways here. Have a neat look to them. Yeah, so like, I don't have any nails, so I'm just maining the like grenade launcher now because they're not giving me a super shotgun unless I missed it somewhere. I don't think I did. This part of the level is definitely a lot better than earlier. We'll say that. There's still some areas that are just like a little too large for what they were going for, I think, or what they should have gone for. Maze, alright. That maze was kind of... I wish there was like some enemies or something in there. Alright. Shotgun shells, like, bro, I don't have like a super shotgun. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all these. I'm gonna sit there boomstick a fiend to death for like 7 minutes. Oh, there's a little. I gotta go back down. There's a little. I think unless it's just the lighting being weird. Oh, it's just the lighting being. I thought there was like a little door there. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to boomstick this guy to death. That's okay, he's stuck. Fun gameplay. Okay, so the outside area of this map, just way too large. There's no reason. I get what they were going for. They were trying to go for like the keep and like the lava thing, but like it's just, I don't know, just start me at the door or something. It just looks weird, and you don't have like enough enemies, or like you don't have like I don't know how long the mappers were given to make this jam, but like the outside area just doesn't look great. It's just like a bunch of like giant brushes with like the same texture, repeating texture. Like it's kind of difficult to make rock walls and out of brushes. Rocks and other kind of natural formations, I think, are can either be too flat or too spiky. I think this is a case of it being too flat, a little too like boxy and kind of geometric. Combined with kind of the crusty like rock, like Quake 1 rock texture, just doesn't look great, I don't think. Like I see what they were going for, but they either just didn't have enough time or didn't have the ability to kind of make that whole outside area work. I just don't think it was necessary. The actual inside of the keep itself, the layout was okay-ish. Not giving me a super shotgun, again, unless I missed it somewhere, but I don't know where, is kind of a problem. Again, the single barrel shotgun, the boomstick in Quake, is basically the pistol from Doom. It is very ineffective. It's really only useful for like shooting buttons and maybe sniping enemies very far away, if you're desperate or don't want to like waste nails or something like that. If you're going to have the player use the nail gun as their workhorse weapon, you got to give the player enough ammo. You can't just like give them a couple ammo boxes here or there, or you got to give the player the super shotgun. It's like one or the other. It's just like having the player main the boomstick is not fun. It takes a very long time to boomstick a lot of these very bullet spongy enemies down. So yeah, I don't know. Some pros and cons to that map, I guess. I think they maybe don't understand Quake's weapons super well. Again, unless I just missed, I might have just missed the super shotgun. Maybe there was one there and I just walked past it or something. But I don't think I did. And the inside of the keep, the layout was okay. I think they just need to scale it back, right? It's one of those, like, it's a trap that I see new mappers fall into, where they're like, they have this grand idea of like, oh, I'm gonna do a big fortress. It's gonna be in a lake of fire, or lake of lava. It's gonna be, I'm gonna have this whole rock wall surrounding it. It's like, no, just scale it way down, way down. Scale it back. You know, focus on the fundamentals and kind of work your way up. Know your abilities. There's nothing wrong about that. You know, mapping takes a long time to, like, it's a skill, right? You got to work at it. I think there's nothing wrong with scaling a map back and kind of working within, like, your limitations. And as you grow as a mapper and understand kind of how to use the tools a lot more efficiently and a lot better, you can kind of work your way up to larger and more ambitious projects. Anyways, that was the 11th Hour by Nefarious. This little yellow armor? Artful Jumper, thank you. Ooh, I got a good feeling about this map. Okay, so that's till later, so we gotta fall down here. I like the little T's up there, where you kind of see a later part of the map, and then you kind of get cock blocked a little bit. I think that was pretty cool. Look at that. Thank you. Another thing is I like the whole, like, dropping down into the room. It kind of allows you to pick how you want to approach the encounter. I think that's pretty cool. It's like, all right, here's an ogre. You hear an ogre, you hear a death knight. They're all kind of running around down there. You can kind of drop down and approach the fight as you wish. I don't know why there's a second super shotgun here. It's weird. Get these guys to fight. There we go. Oh, dude, this is just an all-out brawl. Oh my god, the Fiend just killed everybody. Oh my god, the Fiend's destroying everybody. The Fiend literally killed everyone in the room. He killed, like, 2 scrags of the ogre. That's great. Feels like there's definitely a secret behind that door. Just don't know where the button is. There it is. Shocking. Come out there. That was a nice little secret. I like this map so far. This is a really solid level. This is kind of what I'm saying when, like, you don't have to be over-ambitious. Like, I would take, like, 1,000 of these levels over, like, a really over-ambitious project that doesn't live up to what it's trying to be. Like, this simple map is just, like, way more fun. It just plays way better. I'm just eating shit right now. Back up. Best weapon. You know, I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree with you, map. Rocket launcher is really the best weapon in this game. Grenade launcher does feel pretty good, though. I'll give him that. More to go. What's this one up here? Shit. Oh, thank you. How thoughtful. Put that there for me. Oh, I forgot I had a lightning gun. Probably should have just used that. I also love how this map just is, like, very interconnected. Like, we're now kind of in the upstairs area where I fought where that absolute Giga Chad of a fiend just, like, killed all the other monsters in the room. And then it kind of takes us right back to here, where we fall down. Here's the gold key door, and that's the exit. That was a fantastic little map. I don't really have anything bad to say about that. I think that's like a really good layout, some really fun encounters, some cool secrets. The only, like, and this isn't really a criticism, but like a map like this could only really be elevated by additional, like, detail in the environment. But otherwise, like, just a really, really solid map. And that was Metal Menagerie? I cannot pronounce that second word, by Kurt Damage. Ooh, alright. This looks pretty good. Visually, this map is very on point. Oh, shit. Okay. There we go. Much of a secret. Englishly peculiar. I like the layout of this so far. I also like these little, like, I like how they use alternate brick colors here to have, like, little, like, L's or whatever. I don't know, it looks cool. This vine texture does not look right, though. With the lava, like, vines going into the lava looks very weird. Mega health. Here's the wraith from the one of the mission packs. Can't go through here. I like the I love these grates. Anytime somebody has, like, grates like this on the floor, it looks really nice. Very simple, but adds a decent amount of detail. This seems like it'll be oh. That's why I quick saved. That works. Yeah, visually this is a really nice map. Like, these are really cool. What did that say? Not today, another time maybe. Alright. emphasis on platforming in this map. I kind of like it. Like nothing insanely difficult. Some really nice visuals too. Like a lot of like really solid brushwork. Love this like little grate here. All right, I will say something interesting. This does not look like a button. However, the mapper chose to highlight it, so I kind of knew, yep, that's a button. It definitely stood out against the background texture. I have played maps, though, in the past that have like used just random textures as buttons that don't look like buttons, and they don't highlight it, so that you know that it's a button. That can be pretty frustrating. The rooms in this map have like a really interesting like layout to them. There's a lot of like little pits you can fall in and stuff. They're kind of fun to navigate. Can I go down here? No. Oh, that's it? Okay. That was pretty okay. I feel like there was a missing part of that level. I think the mapper just ran out of time there. But what did exist interests me though. I would play a full version of that. That was pretty cool. Visually, it looked really nice. Some pretty cool brushwork. Some cool rooms. I'd love to see a finished version of that level. That was Descent into Deep Blue by Stormcatcher 77. Oh no, wait, no, sorry. That was no. That was The House That Scrag Built by Six Skid 6. Alright. This is Descent into Blue. Okay, doing this again. Let's see if they give me enough ammo. Some cool kind of brushwork, very unique looking levels so far. Oh shit. Alright. I like that though. Being able to kind of navigate back through the room like that. Let's check any buttons. No buttons up there. I'm just gonna leave that knight down there. Another way to kill that guy. I lure this guy in here. The zombies to fight him. Nope. Let's go get the grenade launcher. It's locked. Maybe? Oh no, over here. Okay. We go back. Oh. These guys seem kind of trapped in there. They can get over this little lip. I really like this area here. I like how this mapper's kind of like very smartly reusing areas. So it's like you kind of go through this hallway once, you come out here, and then you kind of double back this way. And then after hitting the button, you kind of come back, and there's like a shambler. You gotta kind of kite it back. Oh, little trap. All right. Same thing with those earlier rooms where it was like you kind of go to one side of the room, go up, and then you kind of raise those pillars to jump across. That was cool. Oh, this room is very large. This room is a little too large. Yeah, this this feels like a room from like a Doom map or something. This is a little too big of an area. Just like a kind of a flat, featureless area. Yeah, this whole area felt like something out of a Doom map. It's just like very flat and open. There's no real like cover. There isn't a whole lot of like vertical play. It's dead. Except for like these kind of like side areas over here are raised up. Yeah, I don't like this room at all. I feel like maybe instead of these lava pits, there could be like pillars here or something, just to kind of block off some of the sight lines. I also think, like, again, this whole like large open area is very flat. You kind of have some stairs here and some stairs here. Maybe instead of having having grates here, maybe this is like a pillar that raises up. Like you have to hit the buttons and then it raises the pillar up at the end, just to kind of have like a sightline break, and then maybe have a little bit more of like height variance kind of in the middle of the room here and over here instead of the lava pits. I don't know. Get rid of these guys. Another really minor quirk here is that these buttons are still like glowing even after I shot them. There is actually like a version of the buttons that is like not glowing that you can swap out for after the player shoots them, because it's a little like weird to see a still glowing button. That was okay. Some cool room design, some good texture like work, some cool brush work. I just think that final room wasn't super great. Like everything up until then I think was pretty cool. And then it just became like a Doom level where it was just like really flat horizontal fighting and just a bunch of enemies. And that was Descent in Deep Blue by Stormcatcher. Alright, 2 more, and then we are done. Come on. Why are all these maps doing this? Give me the stupid super shotgun. Like, don't waste my time. Like, you really want me to, like, boomstick, like, 30 knights? Are you crazy? Silver key. So far this level really hasn't thrown any other enemies at me besides ogres and knights. Which I guess if you're like a new mapper, maybe that's not a bad thing, just to kind of be like, alright, I'm just going to use these 2 enemies and see how I can most effectively use them. You know, because I think one thing with mapping is it could be really easy to get like choice paralysis, where it's just like you can literally just do anything, right? You can have just any kind of room, any kind of enemy that you can think of. There's like infinite combinations. There's literally no limits. Just about no limits, you know. So I think it can be very easy to just like get kind of stuck and be like, alright, what do I do here? So sometimes artificial limits can help. Although now we're starting to see more enemies in the level, so... this little cave here. The cave is like a little too, I mean, I guess it's fine for like a vanilla cave. I don't like how the floors are like very bumpy though. It's a little awkward to navigate. Given the time constraints and what have you, it's probably fine. It's good enough. I think an easy way to, so they kind of do it over here, an easy way to kind of give the cave a little bit more life is to include like some features of like a ruined base or something, like a ruined castle or crypt or temple or whatever. Kind of what they did here. I think there should have been more of this in the earlier sections. It just would have helped the, just would have helped kind of break up that, like, one texture that they're using for the floor, ceiling, and walls. Look at that juke. That's nice, man. Juke is super hard. Nice little mega health. I kind of see what they were trying to do. Like, you start in one area, and then you kind of descend into this, like, crypt, almost. Like, this very kind of, like, you know, Eldritch, like, Quake. Because, like, there's very much, like, a texture shift, like, from going from those original areas into, like, this, through the cave and then down into this area. I think it might have been more interesting if they started off in, like, started you off in a tech-based environment. And then had you go through the cave, and then you wind up in, like, some, like, Quake dungeon or whatever, you know? Because this area and the beginning area just kind of look the same. He just really threw everything at me there. Okay. That was okay. That was decent. Not terrible. I don't know. It was an alright map. I guess it's just one of those maps I don't have a whole lot to say on. I don't think it was. I think it was bad. I think this mapper. I don't know if they're newer or what, but they're kind of on the right track. I think it was like a pretty solid map. And that was Excavation Site 64 by Atomic. I wonder if that's like the, maybe it's supposed to be a homage to like Quake 64? Something like that? I don't know. Alright, this is the last map. Oh lord. We sure saved the best for last. Oh lord, we have sure saved the best for last. So remember what I was saying earlier about like scale? And like you shouldn't make you shouldn't have just like ginormous areas. This is like a World of Warcraft like town. Like I don't know what this guy was thinking. Gate locked. Okay, I guess we're in the house here. Yeah, this homie was like trying to make an Elder Scrolls level or something. I don't like this is Quake. Secrets back here. No, it's disappointing. Nice. Just get these guys all fighting while I look around for ammo and health. See, I don't even have to do anything. I'll just let the enemies in fight. Isn't that cool? You can just totally ignore all the enemies and just let them like clump up and infight. while you look around this ginormous area. And I love how it's just like set in a big box. Not even like a rock wall or anything enclosing this area, just a big old box with this like brick texture or something. This like stone wall texture just repeated. Love it. Find some ammo soon. Oh, there we go. Just let those guys continue to infight or do whatever it is they're doing. Oof, this is such a rough level. This guy really likes fiends. I mean, I guess you kind of need fiends. Like, you need a faster enemy when you have when your level is like this ginormous, right? It's like so unnecessarily large. It really is. Like, it's just like somebody like it's like they didn't want to make like a Quake map. They just want to make a map for like a different game. I'm not even trying to like be mean when I say that. Like I seriously like this isn't a Quake map. This is just like a big open field. Like Quake does not like play well in these types of areas. Like, that's just not the kind of game it is, you know. I don't know what else to say. Like, I think this map and the last map are really good contrast to each other, because the last map was like pretty decent. It wasn't like terrible by any means. Guess I'm supposed to go down here. Quick save. Just to see. Oh, nope, we're going up. Yeah. Just like it also has like the unfortunate like we're just gonna swarm you with enemies, so I'm just gonna like go around them because the map is so ginormous that I literally can just like avoid them, so I can just like outrun them. That level was just not great. Again, like you can do like towns and stuff in Quake. I've definitely played really good maps that you kind of approach like a little town or whatever. You just can't have all this like open area though. Like it has to be more thoughtful and more tightly designed than this. This is definitely this is like a prime example of a new mapper who's just got way over ambitious and they needed to scale it all back. And it's not trying to be mean. It's just like mapping. It takes time to like learn mapping. It's a skill. You got to work at it. You know, level design isn't something you can just like pick up and just like instantly like, oh yeah, here's a really good Quake map. It's like, no, it takes time. You have to really have an understanding of the game, how the combat works, how the weapons work, how a player's going to react in situations, right? It's like there's you know, having an idea of like how to do lighting, how to do textures, how to do brushwork, how to use the tools. There's so much that goes into a map, and that's why I appreciate really well-made maps. Like even some maps that I don't like, but like I could see like the craftsmanship and I can appreciate it. Even if like, you know, maybe the combat isn't super great, but it's like, wow, this is a really nice looking map, even if it doesn't play super well or whatever. There's just, I don't know, there's just so much that goes into mapping that it's like, if you're a new mapper, just like don't get super over ambitious, you know, scale it back, do something small, work on the fundamentals, and then like start working your way up towards like bigger and bigger projects. I don't know. That's the I guess that's just like the advice I always give when I see maps like that. That was in Smoth Citadel by Indigo. And that's it. That is Map Center Retro Jam number 1. I guess some like closing thoughts. There's a lot of new mappers in this, I believe. There's a lot of maps in here that were like it's kind of funny because before I played this Retro Jam, I played a new episode made by some very talented mappers called Seismic Ventures. There we go, Seismic Ventures, which also uses a retro Quake aesthetic. Highly recommend people to check out Seismic Ventures, by the way. Really, really well made. Some fantastic level design in that. And it was a very stark contrast going from that to this. You know, seeing some like very veteran mappers to kind of newer mappers. There were definitely some good maps in here. I think the two stand out, though. I pointed this out earlier. I'll point it out again. The two standout maps in here were Castle Contraption, I believe. Let me make sure it's the right one. Yeah, Castle Contraption was really great. And then, not that one. Keep a Bridge was also really good. There's a couple other ones. Sock map. It's weird to say that. Socks map. The Wizard's Closet was also pretty decent as well. And then there's that map I just played a couple levels ago that was decent. I cannot... let me see if I can find it. The house that Scrag built. Is this the one? This one was pretty decent. There was one other one, though, I wanted to highlight before... this one. The Metal Mangerie by Kurt Damage. That one's also pretty decent. So there's like 4 or 5 like pretty decent maps in here. But yeah, definitely a lot of maps that were made by like newer mappers. Yeah, I don't know. I hope hopefully if any of those mappers watch this, they don't get discouraged. And I hope they all make maps in the future for future jams and all that. And take some lessons away from the maps made here and the feedback given by myself and I'm sure many others as well, and continue to kind of improve their skills. You know, jams are always a mixed bag, right? Just kind of how it is. Any other thoughts? Not really. I guess as always, thanks for all the mappers for putting this together. And yeah, that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching, take care, and GG's.